Hey Embers, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another wrap-up video from me. So this video is going to be March's wrap-up. So if you don't know, in this series we talk about all of the video games that I've bought, both physically and digitally, and all of the video games that I've played during the month. This is going well already, isn't it? Let's just get started. So let's talk about the games that I've bought this month. So I've actually only bought one physical game, but it is actually, spoiler alert, my game of the year so far. Split Fiction, loved it. I bought Split Fiction, of course I had to have a physical copy, and we are going to discuss this a little bit more in games I've played, but I've just spoiled it for you, haven't I? Definitely my game of the year so far, but we'll talk about it more in a second. So yes, my only physical purchase is Split Fiction. Now, before we move on to digital purchases, I do want to quickly talk about the Nintendo Direct. So there was a Nintendo Direct this month, and I've put in my notes, that's why I'm looking over here, what was sort of interesting to me. Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar is coming out in August. If you don't know, Story of Seasons is the Harvest Moon franchise, basically. I'm not going to get into it, but it's basically Harvest Moon. And I will probably be checking that out, yes. Then Witchbrook is a possibility. That looked pretty interesting. And then, of course, there was Pokemon Legends. Is it ZA? Pokemon Legends ZA. There was a new trailer for that, and that is coming out in late 2025. I did like what I saw in that trailer, so I am very excited to hopefully play that, or at least watch my husband play it, because I still haven't played any newer Pokemon games, and I definitely need to. But that was really it for me for the Nintendo Direct. So let's move on to digital purchases. So a few of these are premium, and one of them is actually a purchase. So we have Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, that was downloaded from PlayStation Premium. My husband wanted to play the Ratchet & Clank games, so that's what he's done. Dragon Age The Veilguard came on Premium in March, and I have downloaded it and I have played it. So we'll talk about that in a moment. And the last digital purchase, and this is actually a purchase, is the Bookwalker Thief of Tales, which I purchased for £4.19 on sale from the PlayStation 5 store. I have spoke about the Bookwalker before. I think I played it for the first time last year, might have been the year before now, on the Xbox One, and I think it was on Game Pass, or I bought it, can't remember, but I loved it. It's a very short game, really, but I loved it. It's so hard to explain the Bookwalker. So while it was on sale for £4.19, which I think is a bargain, I think the sale's still going on the PlayStation Store, by the way. So many games on sale, really good discounts as well. While it was on sale, I figured I'd get it for the PlayStation 5, and potentially we'll play it on this channel at one point. So let's move on to games I've played, and we'll go through this section as quickly as possible. Of course, Harvest Moon Back to Nature is an ongoing playthrough on this channel, which may be finished this year. I did the maths. I did some working out, and there's a potential that that'll be finished at the end of this year, so that's really, really sad, but we'll see what happens. Astrobot, of course, I have been playing to get all of the new bots that they've added. I've done a video for all of those, so there is an Astrobot playlist if you'd like to check that out. Killer Frequency is our current playthrough here on this channel. I absolutely love it. It's not an easy game to play as a playthrough because it's not that interesting as a playthrough, and I'm saying that while it's on my channel, so I'm endorsing myself really well, but it's a very engaging game when you're playing it. I don't know how engaging it is to watch it, but I hope you are enjoying it because I really, really enjoyed my time with Killer Frequency. My husband played Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart and he actually platinumed it. Not much to say. I've never really played too much Ratchet & Clank, but I'd like to get into it. Dragon Age The Veilguard. Okay, let's leave that one for 1 second because that's going to be quite big. Split Fiction. So me and my husband, of course, played Split Fiction this month and we platinumed it. Such fun. I loved Split Fiction. Oh, honestly, that's how excited I am. I get my little arms out and I get dead excited. I loved it. Game of the year so far. Split Fiction, it's made by the creators of It Takes Two and A Way Out, and also Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, which we have played both. All three, sorry. We've played all three. Oh, I loved it because, and I'll tell you why as well, couch co-op needs to make a huge comeback, and I hope that Hazelight and Split Fiction do that, because couch co-op needs to make a resurgence. It really, really does. I don't want to play online games with people. I want to play couch co-op with my husband, okay? And we have played almost every couch co-op game that we care about that's out there. So I definitely need more couch co-op in my life. And Split Fiction, oh my goodness, I'm going to bring it back. And you play as Mio and Zoe. Mio is a science fiction writer, and Zoe is a sort of fantasy writer. And I don't want to spoil it for you. I won't spoil it for you. Don't you worry, because you need to play it, so I'm not going to spoil it. But basically, they're both trying to get I was going to say record deal. It's not a record deal, a publishing deal. And something happens, something goes wrong, and they end up basically in their own stories. And it's just, honestly, like, I was trying so hard not to, but I'm going to cry. It's such a good game. It really, really is. And I think they're so important to me because of the time spent playing with my husband with it as well, because we couldn't wait. Like, when he come home from work, it was just straight on Split Fiction, and we really really loved it. And you know, that sense of like sadness, now it's gone, now we've played it, but we loved it so much. And officially every Hazelight game plus Brothers is platinumed on PlayStation 5 now, which makes me really, really happy. But it's such a good game if you've got a player too. And I mean, listen, go to the shop or go out to the pub and find a player too just to play this game. I'm telling you, it's that good. Just find a stranger. Don't invite a stranger into your house to play video games, please. Ignore that I said that part. But no, it's so good, and I would highly recommend it. And like I say, it is my game of the year so far. Will it be topped? Who knows? Let's find out. So we are coming back to Dragon Age, I promise, but the final thing that I've been playing is The Sims 4. I don't know what I've even been doing, to be honest, but I pop it on here and then. I think I've been setting up the bones of a new playthrough, but it won't be for a while. So there is a skeleton of a Sims 4 playthrough, but nowhere near done yet. So let's talk about Dragon Age. Now, this is going to be very controversial, my take, I think. Is it a great game? No. Do I like it? Yeah, I quite do, actually. So, Dragon Age, obviously fans of the Dragon Age franchise have been waiting years for this game. There has been a lot of talk. People don't like it. I'm just going to say that. People don't like it. There's been a lot of talk about the buzzwords that people like to use, that it's too woke, etc., etc. We won't get into that. All I will say is, I don't find it quote-unquote woke. I'm happy with the storyline and the characters. I think there is definitely room for improvement. The dialogue can be a bit stilted at times. It can. I think the dialogue could have done with more of an improvement. And the difficulty is, I mean, fairly easy for me. I mean, I do like RPGs, but I'm finding it really easy, and that's after upping the difficulty setting. So I think this could have done with being a little bit harder of a game. Not Elden Ring hard, because that did my head in. I'm not that good of a gamer, guys. But yeah, there's definitely things that needed working on with Dragon Age. The pacing is a little bit odd and awkward at times, and the character development is also a little bit odd and awkward at times. But in terms of the actual storyline and the characters, I actually really like it. I am I think about halfway through. I am really enjoying it. However, it is a long game, and I only purchased it on Premium. So I'm really worried I'm going to have to buy it, because I don't think I'll finish it by the time it leaves Premium. So it actually leaves Premium today, but I don't know how long you have to play it until... So I get really confused with Premium. So if a game leaves the catalogue, so you can't download Dragon Age the Veilguard after today, does that mean I can't play it after today? Because I don't know how long you actually get to keep the premium games for. Just the month? I don't know. Please let me know if you have any information. I should know this, considering I do have premium, but I don't actually know how long you get to keep the game for. I just know that one day it's there and the next day it's not. So please let me know. But overall, I am enjoying Dragon Age the Veilguard. We'll probably talk about it more next month if I can play it. I might actually have to go ahead and buy the game to finish it, because I do actually want to finish it, and I'm very surprised about that. Look, is it, you know, an incredible, outstanding game? Go and get it. No, it's not. But while it was on Premium, I think it was worth a free download. I do. And I am enjoying it. I can't say I'm not. And I'm not going to say I'm not either, by the way. You know, if you have a hot take about a video game, let it out, because who cares what other people think to a degree? I mean, I do care what other people think, but when it comes to people reviewing video games, the best way to find out if a video game is good or bad is simply to just play it and try and take the reviews out of your head. Yes, people's criticisms of this game have been valid. Yes, they have. For the most part, there are people that are just going to complain, but overall, I am actually enjoying my experience. So you know, that kind of happened with Gotham Knights as well. Everybody hated on Gotham Knights, and look, is it the Batman Arkham franchise? No, but I thought it was a pretty decent game, to be honest. So I'm glad that I sort of ignored the reviews and played it, because I quite enjoyed it. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, slightly different matter, however, but never mind. So yes, that is my video game wrap up. Sorry for me rant, but you know, it's me, so there's going to be one. So thank you very much for watching. What have you been playing this month? Please tell me all about it in the comments box below. And until next time, bye Embers.